It is August the 3rd?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Wednesday, August the 3rd, 2022, and we are here at number 80 14th Street. This is an enormous building, so it'll take us a while to go through, but let me give you the history before we break up so you'll know a little bit about it. We can find maps of this area in the Sanborn Insurance maps. The first one where I found the footprint of this building was from 1890, and at that point, this building was not here. There was a smaller one-story grocery, which was brick, and in the back of it was the hen house, which was a frame hen house. The 1894-95 Wheeling City Directory is the first city directory that shows the owner of this house in it, and he was Dr. Charles M. Frissell, physician and surgeon. He had both his office and his residence here in this building. He was a son of Dr. John Frissell, and we know that name from the Civil War era as one of the founders of Wheeling Hospital, and also the doctor to various Civil War military groups and Mount Deschanel and so forth, very well known. Dr. John Frissell lived another block to the west of here, and his house is still standing. So the 1902 Sanborn map does show a three-story brick building with the same footprint, a very deep building, as you'll see when we walk through. Charles Mason Frissell, born in 1859, was the son of Dr. John Frissell, as I said. Charles would have been a toddler at the beginning of the Civil War when his father was appointed by Governor Francis Pierpont as medical superintendent of the military prisoners and soldiers stationed in Wheeling. Charles's own medical education was obtained at Columbia University and the College of Physicians and Surgeons of New York. In 1893, he married Sophia Logan, the daughter of another prominent Wheeling physician, Dr. Thomas Logan. The couple had one daughter, Eliza Logan Frissell, born in 1895. According to his obituary, Charles Frissell was of a modest disposition, but of generous and sympathetic impulses. Dr. Frissell lived up to the highest standards of his profession. He was closely associated with the management of North Wheeling Hospital, which his father had helped to establish. He died at age 58, right here in the house. So if you see a ghost, just say, "Hi, Charles. Thanks for having us this evening." But his widow remained in the house until her death in 1952. Daughter Eliza never married, and at the time of her death, she lived at number 6 Kenwood Place. She was 74 when she died. Now, numerous people owned the property after Mrs. Frissell passed away. It was divided up into multiple different apartments. Some of the work that they did to divide the building up was poorly done. Things like lowering the beautiful ceilings, putting in walls where they shouldn't have been, that sort of thing. So the current owner, Roger Edwards, has undone some of that. And as you walk through, imagine this. In my vision, I can see this as the first floor where somebody lives, or maybe office space, and 2 maybe Airbnbs on the second floor, and 2 more on the third floor. It fits well. It's laid out well, has a separate hallway that's huge, and you'll see 2 separate stairs, the front stairs and the back stairs. As you walk through, just kind of imagine what it could look like. As I said, Roger has taken out some of the bad renovations, if you can call them that. And so ignore the fact that there's wallpaper from here up and there's not from there down. Ignore where there's some wires hanging out, that sort of thing. When you get to the third floor, in the front, there is a stairway off of the main hall. If you're brave, go up that stairway, hold on carefully, there's no handrail, and that will take you to the turret room. And off of the turret room, in the back, you can get onto the roof where there would be potentially a beautiful roof garden that could be there. But be very, very careful because there are no handrails and it's a very narrow staircase. So Roger, what can you add to that?
It could absolutely be wonderful Airbnbs. That was my original goal when I first moved here. It was my family and myself, and we were able to utilize pretty much the entire house, and it worked out good for us. And the plan was to remove walls, drop ceilings, everything that was added in the 60s and 70s that really did not do the house justice. If you look at this area right here, we have functioning pocket doors. We have that on a couple of different levels, but it was sanding floors, renovating, and this was actually going to be the first Airbnb. The beauty with it is we have two means of egress, there's great flow, all the hallways are very large. Airbnbs, dormitories for, say, Northern, anything along that lines, or a wonderful single-family home for a large family. Mm-hmm.
I didn't mention that there's an awesome basement with tall ceilings. Even you tall guys can walk without bending over. So the stairway to the basement is back in this hall. Be careful, there's not much in the way of handrails there, but you'll see the massive stones that are the foundation. And also, one of my favorite features are the locust posts that help hold up the house.
Yeah, there's still a few of the original locust posts left.
Yeah. All right, anything else?
That's it for this area until we start walking, and if anyone has any questions.
I have a little comment that I learned that I never knew, that his daughter, Eliza, the Elf Center is named for her. I always thought it was named like for an elf for the kids. No, it's Eliza L. Frissell.
How about that?
She gave a bundle of money to that place. So, you wonder, because she was the last where the Frissell money went. Mm-hmm. And apparently a lot of it went to the Elk Center.
How about that?
I think that's so neat.
Yeah.
That's all I know about it.
The Elks, like the playground, or?
Elf.
Oh, Elf. Oh, okay, the daycare.
Elf, which is right up
Yeah, the Elf Daycare Center.
Eliza's legacy.
How about that? Okay, cool. Any other questions before we split up? And you are on your own from here. Don't get lost. It's a big, big house. We'll holler before we close it up, so you don't get stuck in here with Dr. Charles. All right. And shall we? Oh, okay. Beautiful mantle here.
Of the old light switches.
Oh yes, the push button light switches.
They're all repros, but they're all.
Yeah. So this may have been a dining room if it's a single family house, or it could be. Now, of course, we don't know where the Frissells lived and where his office was. Probably the office would have been somewhere on the first floor. There's a nice piece of furniture, but there would have been a fireplace, you can see from the tile. Wheeling tile, exactly the same color as my house. Nice tall windows. This bathroom has been redone. Check out the shower. I love the shower.
It's really cool. Some areas, some of the doorways have names.
Lots of closet space for an old house. That's amazing. And this, if it's a single family house, could be a kitchen with a breakfast area. And an office or a guest bedroom. There is a full bath here. Right, basement and second store, the extra.
Servants.
Well, of course. I mean, we're going to have servants in our house, aren't we? How about the glass doorknob? Rear access. Beautiful staircase. And here you can see where ceilings were lowered, but we still have some of the nice detail that wasn't. At some point it was plastered over, but still there. There you go. There's some wallpaper. There's different wallpaper here. Some more pocket doors. Wheeling tile fireplace. Another one here. And if this was an Airbnb, this would be a kitchenette. Roger tells me there is water and gas, and he has had the gas lines checked, and they are all secure, functioning. And of course, the glass in the windows is beautiful. Another nice mantle.
Do you think this wallpaper might be original?
Well, it's certainly old.
Yeah.
Certainly old. And this was where one of the bad bathrooms was removed, Joanne, right here. So this could,
That's why all the plumbing.
right, a bathroom could be added there if these front rooms are one Airbnb. And then here in the back, there could be another, or these could be efficiency apartments.
This is one of them. Majority of the woodwork was left natural. Very, very fortunate there.
Nice mantle.
Except for bird's eye room. Bird's eye nest.
This room hasn't stripped.
Right. And so this shows one of the false ceilings that was put in at some point, but at least they did not destroy windows when they did that.
Right.
So you can see that the original size of the windows are still there, even though the ceiling was lowered. So why they bothered lowering the ceiling, I have no clue. Are you finding any ghosts there?
Yes. Can you pull out the...
There's the back stairs, both to the third floor and down to the first. We can go up to the third floor that way if you'd like. Go ahead. This floor has a similar layout to the second floor.
Brick.
Nice exposed brick. Mhm. So you can see it's not as grand. And again, you can see that Roger has removed the false ceiling in this room. This would be the kitchen or kitchenette that would go with this unit in the rear.
Vintage.
Yeah, nice little sink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in the front, and again another full bath. The false ceilings in these two rooms have not been removed yet. And if this was an efficiency apartment or an Airbnb, there's a layout for a kitchenette in that little alcove. Has water and gas. And then my favorite spot is the turret room. Joanne, are you?
Living here with it and off. I can do it. I was already up there.
You've been up here. Okay, you're brave. Let's go up. No handrail. Very narrow. But well worth the trip. This is an amazing room. Beautiful view of Wheeling. Can you imagine a rooftop garden up here? Oh yeah, it should hold it.
This roof is actually framed with 2x12s running one direction and 2x12s running the other direction.
It'll hold it.
It'll hold.
So we can put a rooftop garden up here.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's still amazing, one man with his wife and one kid would build a house.
Yep.
You
Well,
know,
they had the money, you
Well,
know.
I know they had the money, but what to do with all the rooms?
And it's unfortunate, in the past when they roofed it, what you don't get to see is underneath this torch down roofing, you have beautiful stone coping that goes the entire perimeter.
Oh my.
And the
Okay.
stone coping, it's this thick, and it tops the whole perimeter.
Oh wow. Nice. They probably covered it just for leaks or
It was the easiest thing to do when they re-roofed.
yeah. Very, very nice.
And then up top, you've got the copper finials.
Nice indeed.
And of course, beautiful views of Wheeling.
Yep. Yep. You could sit out here and enjoy the evening and
Yes, coffee in the morning.
coffee in the morning. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Get to see the tops of lots of people's buildings.
Yes.
Right across from the Scottish Rite on one side and Wheeling
What's
Central.
the tallest building in this?
It is. It's one of the tallest buildings. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the ceilings are so tall, and being a 3-story building.
Yeah, because there was a 3-story building there, but
Uh-huh. Yeah. Nice indeed. Great location, walkable to Wheeling. We won't go out in the back, but there is a pad where you could have some limited parking. There's no garage, but a garage could easily be added in the alley in the back. Okay? Now, Joanne, do we care about the basement? Yeah, let's stop for today, and thanks for joining us. As I said, the property is for sale. It's through Kennan and Kennan Realtors here in Wheeling, West Virginia. The price is $200,000, and it is well worth it in my opinion. So Roger, thank you very much for letting us view your beautiful property.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jean.
Thanks Joanne Sullivan for behind the camera.